what are the current challenges faced by the Ayush industry, and how can digital technology address them effectively? I would like to start the answer from Mr. Ram. Mr. Ram N Kumar is founder and CEO of NirogStreet, one of the technology platforms which has widely caught up the attention of the users, and it's a platform where the physicians are given their rightful place for proper consultation and insurance of the patient getting the proper medicine in a very short time. It's a wonderful platform, and best compliments for Mr. Ram for coming up with this idea, and we would like to hear what are his takes on the challenges faced and the possible solutions. So please.
Thank you so much, sir, and thank you, Vicky. Before I start on a problem, I'll just give you an anecdote. We have to come out of something called nostalgia. I used to study in kerosene lamp. My requirement was light. Today, my son studies in electric bulb. His requirement is also light. Only the delivery has changed. So, and who controls that? So, and that will come to the problem. Basically, it's a demand. Where is the demand? So we have to change with the time. So the biggest problem today that we face in the industry is the problem of trust. People trust Ayurveda. But on a wider note, people do not trust the products and the practitioners. The reason is, the people do not know, and it has become a circle. They do not know if the product is right. They do not know if the practitioner is what practitioner is doing right. If the puri is having, say, for example, a steroid or not. So you have so many notions. So delivery is important. So one of the biggest problem that I see is basically how the services and product, that was a targeted delivery that we were talking about in the last session, how it is being delivered to the end user, and it has to meet the requirement of the market forces. So for example, if someone wants to eat mango, you cannot give them, say, for example, a tamarind. Not possible. So this is where I see the problem, the biggest trust gap. How we as an industry, particularly and second comes a regulation. For a government, a regulator, it is very easy to regulate, say, for example, Sri Dudh Papeshwar, or for that one, NirogStreet, because we are organizing the industry. So, but the thing is how we take that, the delivery medium to everyone who is part of the ecosystem, and they are going to accept that, so holistically it grows, number one. Number two, we as a category is basically established as health and wellness. It should be stopped. This is basically Ayurveda healthcare. You have to basically bifurcate things. Wellness है, अलग है. हम healthcare हैं. Healthcare में क्या है? Pharma है. अब ऐसा तो नहीं है ना कि बाकी कैटेगरी में कॉस्मेटिक नहीं चलता है. होता है, वहां भी है. लेकिन आप वहां पे नहीं कहते, वहां पे हेल्थ की बात करते हो. तो यहां भी हमें यह कहना होगा कि आयुर्वेदा हेल्थ केयर, आयुर्वेदा फार्मा, उसमें बाकी चीज भी करते हैं, करने दीजिए, बट उसका जो प्राइमरी किस लिए जाना जाता है? प्राइमरी इसलिए नहीं जाना जा रहा कि ये हम वेलनेस इंडस्ट्री है. अब जैसे ही वेलनेस का टैग लग गया, अब वेलनेस हो गया, फार्मा वाला प्रीमियम नहीं मिलेगा फिर किसी को, न वैद्य को मिलेगा, न मैन्युफैक्चरर को मिलेगा, किसी को भी न फार्मा को मिलेगा. फिर प्रीमियम के लिए उसको देखना पड़ेगा कि किस तरह से उसको क्या चाहिए, क्या वो देखना चाहता है. हेल्थ केयर का प्रीमियम है. So we have to go for that. So these two problems, and everything comes back to the same problem, trust. So we have to deliver what people want. We have to change. So I would not like to go back to kerosene lamp. नहीं जाऊंगा सर. मुझे तो बिजली चाहिए अब हाँ ठीक है, फ्यूचर में आप ग्रीन इलेक्ट्रिसिटी चाहिए होगी तो मुझे ग्रीन इलेक्ट्रिसिटी चाहिए. So this is where I'm coming from.
I would like to request Mr. Ram to touch upon the actual digital technology aspect of it, because he runs one of the very big tech platforms which conglomerates consultation, supply chain, and many other aspects. So we would like to know the technical aspect of it, how complex it is, and how feasible it is for Indian scenario, and what is your take on that and your experience in that, please.
See, I would offer in two terms. One is digital transformation or digital anything that happens primarily works on the backbone of manufacturing. So manufacturing is very important, and we only streamline things wherein you have better delivery happening, people have access to what they want. So on both parts, we have seen a lot of those things happening. On manufacturing part, as you said, what has happened is in fact, probably 20 years back, retail packs were unheard of. Now you see retail packs coming from everywhere and people are open to it. They are more than willing to that. Delivery on that matter, even for a practitioner or for that matter, what you call the shop where they sits, you need to have access of what you need at that particular point of time, and anything that is a supply side. The basic problem of Ayurveda that we are solving and what we have seen is a supply side problem, not a demand side. Demand is there. People want to have Ayurveda. People want to make it first line of treatment. Through digital solutions, we are actually partnering with everyone. We can actually partner with more and more people and help create a solution where healthcare delivery is trusted. And it can only happen if we are using more of technology. Technology is always complex, but it takes time to build trust, takes time for adoption, but over time, it becomes necessity. It starts delivering transparency. Aadhaar is such an example. NirogStreet's certain technology tools that we have built is also building certain degree of transparency, how things can happen. So everything that has been happening in this industry is also leading to certain degree of transparency and is also leading to a situation where more and more people will be open to, I would say, transparent ways of delivery, what they are offering, what people need. The third part is over next 3 to 4 or 3 to 5 years, I would say, people are more in control of what they want. So as much anybody would not like them to say accept any healthcare system or say any medicine, but people do know about themselves. Did we expect about 10 years back that people would know what is their blood pressure, what is the oxygen level? There is something called bilirubin level or SGPT, SGOT. They are getting themselves tested. They know what they lack and where they need support. As we grow scientifically, as we grow digitally, people will be more in control and they would know what they want. At one point, which Ayurveda doctor, which medicine, which brand would do a lot more good to them. So this is what digital technology is doing, and this is the transformation that we are seeing, which is also has made India among one of the biggest digital infrastructure countries in the world. So digital transformation is leading to trust, very simple. On all across segment, be it manufacturing, be it distribution, be it supply chain, be it even on the side of consumers, all across the systems.
How to leverage the digital technology for proper messaging and seeing that the benefits of Ayush are delivered properly to the individuals?
Sir, communication का तो सबसे बड़ा ये है जो दिखता है वो बिकता है, जो दिखेगा ही नहीं वो बिकेगा ही नहीं. तो वहाँ पर और यहाँ पर दिखना किसको पड़ेगा? वैद्य को, डॉक्टर को. तो how we actually work with Vaidya or how we work with the doctors and how doctors are able to use it effectively is going to be a bigger catalyst than anything else. So dissemination of knowledge have become easier. Access of knowledge even for practitioners, for example, on a platform, the biggest thing that happens is peer-to-peer learning, where one Vaidya is able to learn from another one, and then it gets disseminated. So you have actually, the problem is actually you have a less number of people who are telling right things or who are sharing their knowledge versus the people who wants to take those knowledge, and it will always remain the same. So effective delivery of communication is very important, and then and there is very important. At the time, for example, if a patient is sitting with a doctor and doctor wants, so for example, as Pranit was saying that, hey, we have to tell doctor about the delivery, what time, what kind of medicine, dosage and everything. तो अब क्या है कि वो कैसे देंगे, कब देंगे, और वो peer से वो सीख सकते हैं. So anything, for example, there is another thing that has come up using AI. What we have done is, for example, most medicines have different name in all parts of India. So if you go on our platform, so some will call it Grit, some will call it Gruth. Someone is saying, and depends. So now what we have done is we have also standardized. So that standardization is helping the practitioner. Whatever you search, you will get to the right product or right kind of services. So, and that is where we see technology is playing its role. That is where we see it is actually adding value. But again, coming to the same thing, all our category is basically going to the same factor wherein technology is a catalyst to build trust, both for what we call the supply side and also for the demand side. Most we have to work the demand side, the end consumer who is paying for it. And he has to be satisfied. He is satisfied when they see transparency. And transparency comes with technology.
Absolutely agreed, sir. I mean, that's a level playing field we are all leveraging actually. The digital technology has already brought in those dividends. I mean, as a medical student, I was struggling to get medical textbooks, but now I have available on a click of a button. I mean, that has really bridged the gap. I mean, earlier it was very difficult to have the access, first of all. I mean, I completely agree. And just to add to what Ram has said, it's not only to the people, even the physicians, the capacity building of all the people who are associated with this ecosystem needs to be updated on a constant basis. It should not happen once in a while.
So the category has to be doctor-led, Vaidya-led. Vaidya-led enabled by everyone else. Wherein delivery is basically what people want. So retail pack people want, let us use that. They want, say for example, prescription, let's use that. But doctor has to be the focal point. Doctor has to be the person who is delivering the final healthcare, and then only people will trust it. So they are at the end influencer. And this is how we also see that the category is moving to some extent.